How Assassin's Creed can be fixed. Now, believe you me, there is so much lore, there is so much content floating around Assassin's Creed, and the direction that they chose to go in literally makes no sense whatsoever. And I could literally start a whole documentary, or I could literally start my whole own documentary about how much there is just to the Assassin's Creed lore on its own. Now, besides the lore, let's talk about the video games. Now, the direction they chose to go in, as I said before, makes no sense because there's so much content there's so many loose ends to everything that's regarding Assassin's Creed. Now, Assassin's Creed is one of gaming's longest running series. Over all this time, they seem to have been struggling with their roots. They seem to have forgotten the long-standing history and lineage they have. I can honestly say that as of late, I have lost all interest in the Assassin's Creed series because of how bad the games have become. I have done a lot of research, and that's why I am making this a video. So this is what Assassin's Creed needs to do. This is how Assassin's Creed can be fixed. Now, what Assassin's Creed needs is a full modern day Assassin's Creed game. No more back in time, and all I am saying is just make one game. One game that is in the modern day. And you know, with the ending of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they brought back Basim, which is an old age assassin from Valhalla, and he apparently like the latest Assassin's Creed game that is coming out soon is going to be based on him, which is Assassin's Creed Mirage, based on his story. Now, with this, what we need is a full modern day Assassin's Creed game. No more back in time, no more Altair, no more Ezio. No, we need a full modern day Assassin's Creed game. We need the war of the assassins and the Templars to be in the modern day, because everything that surrounded the first Assassin's Creed game, specifically the first Assassin's Creed games that had Desmond in it, was revolving around the modern day and about back in time of Altair, of Ezio, of Connor Kenway and whoever. Now, once Desmond died, they didn't really know what to do with the modern day. It just became all about back in time, and it was all begging in question as what is really going on in the modern day. And then they switch over to different initiates and whatever other people they are, and then some cutscenes and stuff. You cannot do that. We need to know what's happening in the modern day. And there's a few points that I need to bring up. So as I said before, Basim was brought back to the modern day, which is one of the old assassins. So he has the old Assassin's Creed lineage inside him. He knows all the expertise of the assassin, so he could really be a very big help at the fight against the assassins versus the Templars, because the assassins and the Templars are both, the assassins want freedom and then the Templars want to control the earth, so far as we've seen. And the Templars, I mean, Abstergo is obviously bigger, but that's what we all miss. We all miss the assassins versus Abstergo. Now, as I said before, Basim is back now, so he could be a really cool addition to the modern day, bringing all of his old expertise and all of his old ways into the modern day and fighting against Abstergo. And with Desmond Miles gone, I feel like a new approach to the modern day would be what we need. And also as well, there's a lot of hidden videos and hidden cryptic messages about what Abstergo actually is about. And there was this other thing called the Phoenix Project, which is something that was exposed in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, of where they can actually make precursors, and they're using Isu DNA, and also with the Shroud of Eden to generate and to essentially bring back the Isu. And the Shroud of Eden is a very important part of the Assassin's Creed lore, and so are the Pieces of Eden. And with the Pieces of Eden, with the research I've done, I've actually discovered that not only with the apples, but with the apples, there are 9 apples of Eden. each doing different things, but 9 apples of Eden, and they've all been lost to certain locations and certain places in time and history. And Juno was brought back via the Phoenix Project, which is the bringing back of the precursor and the Isu DNA, but she was killed off in a comic series very, very early into the story. They brought her back, and the crazy part is that Desmond has an illegitimate child. Desmond Miles has a son, people, and how this was never made into a game is beyond me. Why are they making Assassin's Creed Mirage? Why are they going back in time when Desmond's son was born in 2005 and who would literally be 17 years old, probably just about almost 18 now? So it would be a cool story of how he would try and fight Abstergo to bring his father back and bring back the assassins to the way they used to be. Because by the story of the lore of the comic book, the Assassin's Creed Uprising, Desmond's son Elijah has the most powerful piece of Eden, which is the Koh-i-Noor, which is one of the most powerful pieces of Eden that you can get, and it can fuse and combine pieces of Eden to make them more powerful. So there's Desmond's son floating around, and why this has never been alluded to in the video games makes next to zero sense. Assassin's Creed is sitting on so much content right now. I don't even know why Origins was made. I don't even know why Odyssey was made, let alone Valhalla. They are good games by themselves as video games, but storyline, everything else is horrible. I don't know why they haven't focused more on the whole approach to the modern day. It's crazy to me, and it makes absolutely zero sense. And this video could be 3 hours long with me bringing more facts, and the more I researched, the more it raised one eyebrow as to why they didn't really approach any of these scenes and making it into the lore and into the modern day. And that's what we need. The modern day is supposed to be the bread and butter. It's supposed to be the glue that holds the story together. But they threw away the modern day. And with this is why the stories are falling apart. This is why there's no synergy between the stories. And they already got rid of Layla Hassan and then brought in Bassem. So we'll have to see what happens with the storyline. But as for now, I'm really skeptical about everything to come, because there's so much they're skipping about. Because, for example, Desmond's son is actually a sage, and he's part Isu as well. And appears that with the Koh-i-Noor, the only people who can wield it is either gods or women. So Desmond's son comes from somewhere, and he's obviously special. Maybe he was a failed Abstergo experiment to try and create Desmond's DNA, because Abstergo did take his body and harvested his DNA. So maybe Desmond's son was made by Abstergo. But we'll have to see what happens in future, because there's a lot more to Assassin's Creed than meets the eye. Not only Desmond and everything, but everything else. They took away the whole Abstergo versus Assassins lore, and now we're left with whatever we have right now. But maybe I'll make a part 2, or maybe I'll make more angles to this video. I would like to do character analysis of certain characters in video games. But that's all I really have to say right now. And the best way they can fix it is making a full modern day Assassin's Creed game. No more back in time, no more, I don't know. Just make a full modern day Assassin's Creed game to link all the stories together, and maybe we can have something to salvage after all of this time. But anyway, this is the Chilly Man signing off. I thank you so much for watching. Peace out.